Peace. Let me welcome you back to original content. It's your boy CracBaby. Let's get to it. Religion. I discussed this on another video. I'll go in detail with this one. When you're incarcerated, there's one of maybe three reasons why you turn to religion. One, you want to be as God. And that's probably in the 80 percentile. 80% of the people who go religious in prison are subconsciously doing it with this idea that they're going to con God into allowing them to go home or allowing them to change their life. They're not going to put forth much effort. They're going to just pray and, do the religious thing. The second reason is probably fear. Our people can be total savage, but some lines rarely do we come across. And beating up on religious people, is one of them, even in prison. 3, you honestly want to change. You honestly want a relationship with the Creator. Okay? Now, what happened to me? I went to the hole. Me and this guy got into it. And long story short, I beat him up and was put in the hole. The hole, I wonder why they call it that. But the hole, if you can imagine a coffin, in fact, imagine 2 coffins together. That's what you're in a cell roughly that width. It's enough room for your bed and a toilet. The toilet has a sink attached to it. When you're in the hole, it's like being in a grave. The human being was not designed to be isolated. But that's your punishment. I've done maybe 90 days in the hole. When they take me to the hole, another thing, when you go to the hole, they take from you your converser, and if you got a Walkman, a television, they take all that stuff. They leave you a few items. Some pictures, religious books, or, some magazines and stuff like that. When I went to the hole, I had my legal papers. I had a legal pad, and I had the back page of the final call paper. That's what the brother Mo, I spoke on this brother in 2 videos ago. On the video, how a fight, how getting into a fight changed my religion. That's the title, I think. Something like that. But Brother Mo gave me he gave me the final call paper. It was titled Next Stop DC. This was 1995. This was the paper that covered the Million Man March. It's all I had that was readable. I read it over and over again until I realized that I have memorized a large part of it. Now later I memorized it once I became a member of the nation. But I'm reading it so much like the Muslim program. This is the question asked most frequently by both the blacks and the whites. The answer to this question, I should answer as simply as possible. Number one, we want freedom. We want a full and complete freedom. Two, we want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all regardless of creed or class or color. Three, we want equality of opportunity. We want equal membership in society with the best of civilized societies. Four, we want our people in America whose parents or grandparents were descendants of slaves to be allowed to establish a separate state or territory of their own, either on this continent or elsewhere. Listen. Yeah. That's on my cap. But back then, I read at a third grade level. But I read it so much that I started memorizing it. You know that part in the movie Malcolm X where Malcolm is struggling to pray and an image of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad appeared in his cell? Yeah. Now that didn't happen, and that didn't happen to Malcolm. When you read the book, it was Master Farad Muhammad that appeared in his cell. The teacher of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The man who was born of a white woman and a black father. I often wonder why the mischief makers who penned the movie Malcolm, we know who filmed it, but who penned it, why they left that out or why they doctored that. And all I can come back with is, well, at the goal of the movie is to slander the man who made Malcolm and slander the man who's representing that man in our midst today. Then they had to take that part and doctor it, because you can't sell the people this idea that Malcolm completely divorced the Nation of Islam theology. I mean, put yourself in Malcolm's shoes. If the image of a man you have never seen before, you didn't know nothing about, appeared in your cell, and you later upon release go to your teacher's house and you see that man on the mantle